Hey guys! I want to show you. She's our police! So most of the stuff I just downloaded from other creator codes where you can access it on the custom designs. There were a few things that I made because I couldn't find. I'm lazy, okay? So whatever the easiest, quickest, most efficient way to attain something, I will do that. So most of these I just got from like other people. I just Googled like whatever I was looking for and then custom code like street, whatever, diner design. There were a few things that I did make myself because I couldn't find anything or I didn't like the stuff that I was finding. So I made this. My first ever, not being lazy, I made my own custom designs in Animal Crossing. So this RPD one I made this like medical hospital cross. I made this taxi one. That's it. So this is the entrance. Pretty standard. Got your fall leaves here. We've got the Ari background, Raccoon City. The city's on fire behind me right now. So we're gonna light some more stuff on fire in this game. RE4 I played through it 5-6 times. Me too. I played the shit out of RE4, especially Mercenaries. I did a lot of Mercenaries. I'm trying to think of like what to tell you guys here, but I mean, it's just pretty basic crosswalk for your entrance here. So on the other side of these walls is actually the stove, the cooking stove thing. You can cook stuff right here. So for those that haven't ever played Animal Crossing, when you make stuff around your island like this, especially if there's a kind of theme or you're trying to make some buildings and things like that, you can't actually make any buildings. You have to use other items and create like fake buildings essentially. So let me show you. So this is the right end of my island and I made a pub here and then this is a tattoo place, but they're fake buildings. So I used a lot of terraforming and these are all panels and you have to customize them one by one. So it's super tedious, like at the doors, the windows. You can't actually go inside any of these buildings, right? You can only go inside the real buildings like the shops, the museums that exist in Animal Crossing. So you really have to like get creative on how to make certain things. So like up there, looks like it could just be the top of the roofs or whatever, but those are bunk beds. And I took a lot from previous City Core islands and videos and stuff that I watched and collected, and I made this whole like gallery and playlist of inspiration. So there's some fake buildings there. We added some of these scaffolding to give more city vibes. We put in a lot of cars, got some yellow cars, and then put the taxi design on them like so. I'll take you here because this is the very first area that I made, which I've probably already showed. This is the Resident Evil gas station. I modeled after the RE2 remake. Stuff on fire there. You know, apocalypse things, some trash, just random little objects to give it more of that city feel. Creative. I tried. It was a lot of work though, and in the beginning it's the hardest to actually start. So I spent so much time on just these two areas, so this gas station and then this diner. This is also a fake building. Those at the top are actually, I think, diner seats. So those are tables that you can get as an item. And then I just put them together. I think I made this one like all on my own. I only referenced like a stock picture of a diner, but not how like other people in games made diners. It was literally like a stock image that I found. And then I put these plants here because the stock image had these similar looking plants, and then same with the round lights on either side. But you see how like there are beds at the top here. We put in Tandeezy's beloved claw game for the people. So we could go through here. Some apartment buildings, but these are all panels. They're just panels in front of a terraformed block of cliffs, basically. So AC's there, and then some more panels for apartment buildings. Got some graffiti. This is a little cafe right here, and then at the top there it's a rooftop. You can sit at the rooftop area of the cafe, so we'll go up there. Museum up here, put some fossils. This is a bakery, and this is some umbrella. I use these mannequins as zombies. I don't know what other items to use, so I just spread them all around the city. Just a bunch of dead looking naked guys for my zombies. And then this is a library, so I just use the villagers' houses as the places. So this villager Bones, the inside of his house looks like a library. There's bookshelves, and I think he has bookshelf wallpaper. And then the inside of this villager's house, Tia, looks like a cute little bakery, cafe even a little bit. So try to get villagers that have houses that match the certain building establishment that I'm going for. Here's some more buildings. This is a pizza shop, the red brick. More things on fire. This is the pharmacy. And I modeled this after RE3. You know how in RE3 you can actually go out into Raccoon City, walk around. So this red brick style with the pharmacy was modeled after the pharmacy in that game. Car accident. Because chaos. So this is actually one of my favorite areas. We're going back down to towards where the main entrance is. When you first get in the village and you go through here, and then this is a subway. So I got this idea from some videos and pictures of other islands. So I put the subway sign there, and then this is the subway map. And you go down to ride the subway. We could play a game. How many umbrella logos can you find on the island? Because I haven't even counted. This is the main plaza area, so pretty basic. I tried to model this after the city hall in the older RE games. Looks pretty similar with like the red brick and then the entrance like this. And then you know how there's like a lot of statues, and when you do puzzles and stuff, you like move the statues around. So did that with this area, statues there, here, but you can't really do much in this game to the plaza area, so pretty limited, but I think this is fine, like the simplicity of this. I was supposed to seal up all of these open area. I kept some parts open on my gate, so it's easier for me to go and get stuff on the beach during my, daily tasks, like getting shells, selling them. This is an alleyway for the city vibes. We got some apartment buildings up there with broken glass, more fire. There's a villager there looking at a bug. Blurry's super cute. So this is one of the other first buildings I made, along with this bank right here. Bank. Boarded up. Oh, my contacts are insane. Comfort-wise, they're not too bad, actually. I wore these ones to Anime Expo for a different cosplay, the Demon Slayer Hashira Muichiro Tokito cosplay, and I chose them specifically for comfort versus like how crazy or colorful bright they look, because the actual anime character has like some crazy bright ass eyes, but I was going more for natural look and comfort too, because cons can be very crazy and overstimulating and overwhelming. Plus it's hot during summertime. They kind of affect my vision a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as many other contact lenses I've tried for cosplay, so not complaining. So I'll save this part for last. This is RPD, so we'll go inside. This is my house technically that I made to look like Raccoon Police Department. I just put this here for Halloween. Some Halloween decorations, and I've never worn contacts in my life. Ooh, contacts are super weird. To put on for the first time if you've never done it. I remember my very first time wearing contacts back when because I got glasses first in middle school. My eyesight has been worse and worse since, and then I got contacts for the first time, I think, like late high school, and I will never forget the feeling of putting in contacts for the first time. First of all, it takes forever to put them in. You struggle with actually like making sure the curve is the right way, because most of the time it's the wrong way, and when you put it in, it like pops back out, and it just feels really uncomfortable and itchy, and your eyes tear up. So definitely takes practice. So if you're gonna wear contacts for a costume, I would ideally get the lenses like even a few days before you actually have to wear the costume or do the stream or whatever, so you can practice actually putting in the contact, because that's a whole thing on its own. And then also like just getting used to the feeling of having the contacts in your eye, because that is also a second whole other thing. This is the hospital. Pretty standard as well. I just added some hospital things to add to the chaos of the city. More fire. Here's a residential area. I got all these houses that was like dark themed. This is like the park area. I made like the basketball There's some graffiti there. This little playground area for the children. But if you notice in the RE games, there's hardly ever any children. Obviously, because it's like an adult game, gore, things like that. There have been a couple children in some of the games, but not much. So I only made this like little area for the kids because there are no kids. I made this theme park on a pier. So I thought that was kind of nice. Some more umbrella, all umbrella, an umbrella over there. I really wanted to make a theme park on a pier thing. All right, fit check from my napalm era. So this is the other part of my island. It's like the back shipping dock area. And then this is some satellites here. You got some construction going on over here. I took inspiration from another island tour of this layout right here where you actually extend out your beach by putting the sand down here. So this is all grass, if you can tell, but I made it like a bigger beach. Did you guys see this area down here? So this is the subway, and this is another like little corner area right here. So this area, it was inspired by RE Village, RE4 out in the woodsy area. I wanted to have a nice little area that has some nature in the city. So this is where the campsite goes there, and then here's some bones and a scary well in the corner. This is my car repair shop also, and then we have some more shops here. This is like another. I made it a barber shop. Some trash. Here's another home. I put a couple ladders around too that you can easily just like go up and down like this. And now you're back up on this second area, second floor, second level. There's one there. There's one at the theme park, and then one. There's another area. There's scaffolding there. This is the skyline area. So I made this from some ideas from other videos. So again, not real buildings, but just a bunch of different items placed in different levels, ways, so that it looks like a nighttime city skyline, right, from far away. I took some pictures here already. It's a nice little photo op of the moon up there. Good for stargazing. Oh, so then I put all these little bus stops too around the area. I think I have like 5 maybe bus stops, and then it says bus on the signs there. Give more of that city feel. This is my street food area coming down along. So you got your Japanese food, sushi, ramen, bento box, and then this like one thing of Italian food. Because it's also pretty limited of what you can get in this game. So a nice little, street food. And then this is my fire department right here. And then there's this cool little secret back like alleyway here. Leads you back up here. I didn't have a plan for what I was gonna do up here, but it ended up just being like I guess a place where the firefighters can hang out. There's a shelf thing, water, music, food, and then there's a gym, workout area, and then an arcade. And then I used the brick to give it that old city feel. All right, and then lastly, we'll go into the RPD. All right, so if you guys remember RE2, mostly in the remake, when you first walk in, right, has this kind of layout. There's a big statue at the very back there. But of course, because of scale and proportion and things like that, it doesn't look exactly like it. But you got your entrance here. I, again, saved a lot of reference pics. That way I could... Oh, someone's over. So I could try to match like the layout and placement of objects and furniture. So here is one typewriter to save your progress. So let's go ahead and save our game. Oh, okay. He wants to leave first. Goodbye. Goodbye, Bones. It's a bit annoying when the villagers want to enter and leave your house, because then it's like this cutscene thing. And so when you're trying to lock in, it's like, I'm busy. This is the inventory box. So it's actually a freezer in this game, but I made it the inventory box like in the RE games. Here's a med kit. And then you remember how the police officer turned into a zombie? So I put this there, and then that guy down there. And then I just put the museum wallpaper, flooring to make it look like the museum turned into a police department in Resident Evil. I put the grandfather clock there just to give it more of the museum old school vibes. And then let's go into the bathroom. Here's all the zombies and bathroom, and there's another health kit right there. Let's heal ourselves. Careful not to step on the zombies. And I just kept the lights off so that it's more spookier. Put the exit sign there. Let's not disturb the sleeping zombies in there. And then this is you remember in the game, there was that police office. Had a bunch of like books and papers and stuff all over the floor, but I couldn't put a lot down because the space is so limited, so I just put a couple books. If you remember, there was a safe in one of the rooms. So I put a safe right there. It might be a little bit hard to see, but and then I just put this wallpaper to also give it more of that like police surveillance feel. There's a camera up there, clock. So there's an actual save room that I'll take you to. So this is another freezer, but I made it another inventory box here. This is that save room in RE2 that's on the first floor, I believe, next to some stairs. And there's a couple zombies, a licker even, in these hallways that lead to the save room. And then there was like a dark room for the photography. You had to do like a puzzle with a photo. I couldn't make like a separate little area here, so I just put the camera down there. Called it a day. But the layout of this also looks like the one in the game. So you've got, there's like a cabinet and then an inventory there. There's actually a green chair too, like that. And then here's another typewriter to save your game. I'm still waiting for a coat rack because in the actual game, there's a coat rack in this corner. And I have not yet received that DIY or seen that item anywhere yet in the shop. This is actually my second Animal Crossing island, because I have a Switch OLED and then a first regular Switch. And I already did an island, no theme on that one, but just kind of my own island for my first playthrough essentially on Animal Crossing. This is my second ever like island, and it being a themed one. It's a bit frustrating because then I have some items and some things that I have unlocked in this game, but then I either don't have it in the other one on my other Switch, or I have some stuff on my other Switch and then I don't think you can hack the system and like friend yourself, or maybe I haven't looked into it as much. But and then I tried to also match like the wallpaper, the flooring, carpet. Again, can't get anything to look exactly like a game in Resident Evil, but try to match. And then as I find or unlock more items that look closer to whatever I'm going for in a certain room, then I'll just replace it with that. That's a save room. And then on like the attic floor, there's this area, and there were prison bars and then some statues and then some more like puzzles that you had to solve. So I modeled this after that room as well. There's lots of boxes lying around, zombies. I think it was the area that you had to, it was like dynamite or something in the original RE. And I kept the lights off to make it more spookier, but if we turn the lights on, which we get a better look of everything in here. I put some more statues, stuff on the walls. Okay, and then the very last floor is also like the game, if you remember the library. There's a bunch of zombies down there, a bunch of bookshelves, a lot of green, like green floors, the green lamps right here too. So these actually look like exactly as they do in the game. We turn the lights off. Spookier vibes as well. Lots of books and like random papers and zombies on the floor. These lights. This is the bookshelf area where in the game you move around the bookshelves. You like push them around. And then there's like levers and there's some ladders and stuff. So another area of some puzzle solving and zombies, of course. And then I just put the chandeliers up also to give it more of that museum feel. So some things, of course, not actually in the original game, but I put them in for design. As I was working through each section of the island, and also as a way for me to combat like perfectionism, you just got to do the thing, right? You just start working on it. So with that mindset, I was able to actually like create each section of the island. But when I initially did work on an area, I would think like, okay, you know, I could always go back to this area and rework it. But surprisingly, I never did. Like I just went with it. I just started building a thing here and there, and then decided that, okay, this is actually fine and it works. So I only ever went back to like build up the area more. And then again, I took ideas from various other island tours. I took parts from each video that I liked. So whatever I liked in that video, I pulled it into my island. So my island is essentially like a mashup of all the different parts of other people's like layouts or things that they did on their island, things that I liked, and then combined it all into my own. It was definitely a good lesson and a fun experience on just the overall creative process and just doing the thing, learning as you go. Don't worry about it being perfect, and you can always just make anything better later or, you know, change it. So anyways, that's it for the island. Time to take a subway out of here. Goodbye. See you guys on the subway. Upside down Abby. Did that already? Oh, what is upside down? Oh, is it? Nacho, you were the only person that said that. Why didn't nobody say anything? You guys didn't notice? All right. I'm Jill Valentine. I work for Raccoon City Police Department STARS organization.